Good morning, classmate, especially to you, Ma'am Ellen. My name is Kizzy Villablanca Sapayani from BSN Science 1A. So, for today's video, I'm here to tackle what I have learned about purposive communication. So, I'm here to discuss the what is communication, what are the process of communication, define the different elements of communication, and also define the 9 principles of communication. So, let's start. So, number 1, what is communication? For me, as far as we know, communication is used to communicate others. Communication is the process of meaningful interaction among human beings. It's a basic element of human interaction and one of the most vital components of all nursing practice, through they which they effectively communicate with their patients, family, and members of healthcare. Also, communication is the act of giving, receiving, and sharing information. In other words, communication have talking, writing, listening, or reading. Good communication are speak or write clearly and respect different opinions. Number 2. Explain the process of communication. So, the communication process refers to a series of action or steps taken in order to successfully communicate. It involves several components such as the sender of a communication, the actual message being sent, the encoding of the message, the receiver, and the decoding of the message. Sometimes, the receiver will send a message back to the original sender, which is called the feedback. Number 3. Define different elements of communication. The communication process involves understanding, sharing, and meaning, and it consists of 8 essential elements. So, the 8 essential elements, those are: number 1 is source. A source or sender is one of the basic concepts of communication and information processing. Source are objects which encode message, data, and transmit the information via channel to one or more observers or receivers. Number 2, message. Message is defined as information conveyed by words. It can be speech or writing, or other signs and symbols. A message is verbal, non-verbal, or it can be both. In the content of communication process, the originator of the message in the communication process is the sender. So, number 3, the channels. Channels are mediums through which you can send a message to its intended audience. For example, phone calls, text message, emails, video, radio, and social media are all types of communication is called channels. Number 4, receiver. In communicators process, there are 2 persons involved, the sender and the receiver. Sender is one who sent a message, and the receiver is one whom message is communicated. Number 5, feedback. In the communication process, feedback refers to a response from the receiver, which give the communication received and whether it needs to be modified. So, number 6, environment. Environmental communication is defined as the assessment and practice of how people, societies, and organizations interact with and affect the environment. It can be include a variety of interaction ranging from interpersonal communications to media coverage related to the environment. 7 is context. Context is communication refers to the factors that work together to determine the meaning of a message. When conversations take place, context work to interpret parts of the message. And lastly, number 8, interference. In telecommunication, an interference is that which modifies a signal in a disruptive manner as it travels along a communication channels between its source and receivers. The term is often used for refer to the addition to unwanted signals to a useful signals. Number 4, define the 9 principles of communication. Number 1, congruency. Make sure your words, tone of voice, and body language all convey the same message. If not, you will be sending a mixed message that lacks clarity. Number 2, concise. Remove words that do not add clarity or value to a sentence. Eliminate unnecessary modifiers. Number 3, clarity. Be crystal clear about what you want to achieve as a result of your communication. Know your points. There should be no ambiguity in the message. In the message soul exactly what you want. 4, consistency. Repeatedly expose the target audience to the same message over an extended period of time. This will help you assert your message and assist your audience in retaining it. Number 5, consider your audience. Knowing your audience allows you to tailor your message, verbiage, and tone to create a better experience of your target audience. 6, content. Content is what creates user value. In order to engage your audience, you have to deliver relevant information and take clues from the reaction to improve your content. 7, check for understanding. It is not enough to just deliver the message. You have to make sure the recipient understands it. 8, choose the right medium for the message. It can be includes email, voicemail, a group meeting, one-on-one. The choices are many and the message should be determined. Which medium you select, so choose wisely. Number 9, common language. Only use slang or professional jargon if you are confident your audience can understand their meaning. Additionally, communication is never perfect at all times, but by the following these 9 C's when I discussed earlier, you will have a great start to being a more effectively communicate with others. Thank you, that's all.